Hey, everybody. It is October the 4th. It is Monday. This is a short week, right? This is the first day of the Fall Festival, okay? This is a 4-day week for us right before we get to our fall break, and it is the last week of this quarter. So we got a lot of things going on that could be a distraction, but we want to make sure that we're keeping very focused. I also do want to point out that tonight I'm coming to you from my kids' playroom. As you can see over here, here's the tent that my daughter has set up. And then you can kind of see some of the stuff over here to the side. I think last week I was in my garage, right, watching the football game. But yeah, tonight I'm coming to you from the playroom. This is where I normally do some of the work. But let's go ahead and let's get started here. Let's start with just a quick bit of review. So last week we started talking about main idea. And one of the things I do want to start off with is the fact that main idea and central idea are basically interchangeable. When we say central idea, we say main idea, we're really looking for the same thing. Okay, so let's start with that. Miss McGuire talked to you last week about the three basic purposes of a text, the three basic things that the author is trying to accomplish. And she used the acronym PIE: persuasion, inform, and entertain. These are the three basic purposes that an author may have. Now, we will break that down further. We will get more detailed, but right now we can stick with those three basic ones. We also talked about the author's perspective, and that's just the way the author is coming at it. What is their feeling about this? What is their intention? Where are they coming from? And a lot of this has to do with tone as well, right? We talk about tone and just the way the author is coming across. Um, I think also, too, when we think about main idea, we do need to break it down into that purpose. We do need to break it down to perspective. But main idea is the one sentence. If we could take this whole article and boil it down to one sentence, what is it? What is the one thing that the majority of this article really drives us to, right? That is what we're looking for. Now, those will not be stated. We will not see those, the main idea is, or the author feels, no, we won't see that in there. So those are all implied. These are all things that we have to kind of infer from the text. And in doing that, we will be identifying those supporting details. Those are the things that, the clues that we have, that we know what that purpose, that perspective, or what what that main idea was. Okay, so that's just kind of the quick review of things. On Friday, you were given an article about a group of ranchers in Oregon that took over the Malheur National Wildlife area. And this was an article that talked about how the ranchers did this, why they did it, what were they trying to accomplish, and some of those central players in there. You were to have read this text and highlighted it with three different colors. Yellow were for the things that you wanted to question, like what does this mean, or why would they do this, or what does this word mean? That was pretty standard, and yellow was the color for everybody. You also had two other colors that you were to use. One was for things that were important, and then one was for those main idea, those supporting details. Like, how do we know what the purpose was, the perspective, or what the main idea was? So you were used three colors. Questions were yellow. Then you use the other two. If you have not finished doing that, you do need to get onto that and do that first, okay, before you get into today's assignment. Today's assignment, practice 10-4-21, which is, again, we're looking at the central idea. And we are looking at this piece here, Ranchers Who Inspired Oregon, Occupation Report to Prison. And we are going to use that text and your markings to answer a set of questions. Now, those questions will be here on this Google form right here. And you may use the text to answer them. All right. These answers will not be directly in the text. You will have to infer the answers. Okay. There are a couple. This one just asks for the paragraph number, so you just count down the paragraph. Number 9 is a open-ended constructor response, but you do not need to use the TPAC model on that. But as long as you have a complete answer that explains what and why, you will be good. So as we start looking at, as you start looking at this text, again, first off, make sure you've read it and annotated it before you get into the questions. As you are looking at this, what I want you really to be thinking of is what is going on here. It's not so much about the information, but we're really looking at the how and the why that message was created. Again, if you are not with us today, if you are absent today, you do need to make this up. So you need to make up Friday's assignment and today's. Make sure you have both of those done. If you are in class or if you are at home, please make sure you're reaching out and getting the help that you need. If there's something you don't understand, ask Ms. McGuire or I so that we can give you that direction and that support that you need. Good luck to everybody. Can't wait to see what you get done.